G'day, my name is Rod Sherwin from Tap for Health in Melbourne, Australia. There's a lot of EFT videos on the net. EFT standing for the Emotional Freedom Techniques. And EFT is a form of psychological acupressure where we tap on acupressure points to release emotional issues. And there's a lot of videos out there. There's how to use EFT for a headache, how to use EFT for stress, how to use EFT for anxiety, for all sorts of issues. What I'd like to introduce on this video is one of the advanced approaches that we use in handling different issues. Because once you know the tapping points, they're not going to change. We use the same set of tapping points for everything. It's the same tapping points for anger, it's the same tapping points for grief, the same tapping points for depression. It's all about the approaches we take as we get to dealing with more serious issues, such as trauma and abuse and car accidents, things like that. And this technique is called the movie technique. And it was created by Gary Craig, the founder of EFT. And the movie technique is very useful in helping people get specific. Because a lot of the time with EFT, people start out very general. Well, I'm depressed. Depressed is a very general emotion. Depressed about what? Depressed about not having had a job for 6 months. Depressed about not just ending a relationship. Depressed about having had a heart operation. What is it you're specific about? And the movie technique is very good for doing that. Now, when you think about a specific issue to do, a specific event to do with whatever the issue is you want to focus on, and you think of it being a movie, what are some of the things about a movie? A movie has a start time and end time and runs for a fixed duration. So when you have to identify a movie that you want to tap on, you know you've got a specific event because you know you've got the start time and end time and a fixed duration. Once you identify a movie is something like a fight in the kitchen with your spouse, signing the divorce papers for a spouse, and getting caught for detention in school, having a fight with a playmate in school, getting sacked from a job, getting interviewed at a job. All of these are specific events or specific movies. Once you identify a movie, put a title on it. Put a Hollywood blockbuster title on it. Fight in kitchen, newspaper editorial. Whatever it is, put just a one-sentence title on it, and a good idea to write it down. Just helps to externalize it. Put it on the paper in front of you. Write the name of that movie down. And just looking at the title of the movie, not even playing it through, looking at the title. How intense is it on a scale from 0 to 10, where 10 is very intense, 0 is none at all. Then use EFT, do the tapping, just using the title of that movie as your tapping phrase. So even though I still feel intensity about that fight in the kitchen with my mother, I deeply and profoundly accept myself. Use that setup phrase, use the title of the movie in your setup phrase, and then the reminding points. There's fight in the kitchen, 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 there's fight in the kitchen. Repeat that through. Do 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds of tapping just using the title of the movie. Then come back in and check in. Look at the title of the movie. Does it still feel as intense? Now, once you've reduced the intensity down significantly, start to run that movie in your mind. Start to run it from the very beginning, and even maybe just a little bit before the beginning, where it was very safe. So say it was a fight in the kitchen, maybe the alarm went off and you were lying in bed going, gee, today's going to be a good day. Start playing the movie from there, and then you'll get to a point in your movie, some frame in your movie, where the intensity goes up. So it could be you walked into the kitchen, and your mother looked at you the wrong way. You knew there was going to be a fight coming. Stop your movie there. It's your movie. You have the remote control. You can start and finish it. Start and pause it whenever you need to. So in your movie, whenever you hit one of these intensity points, tap away. Stop right there. Go, righto, mum first looked at me. Mum first looked at me. Mum first looked at me. I knew it was going to be a problem when mum first looked at me. Tap and tap and tap until you reduce the intensity of that particular frame of the movie right down to 0. Then start again, play it again a bit forward. Oh, another intense spot in the movie. Now, there's going to be a bunch of different intensities as you travel through the movie, but if you reduce them all down, eventually the whole movie will be reduced to 0. That way you've dealt with all the different aspects of the movie, you've dealt with every frame in the movie, and you also know you've been very thorough. There's nothing else that's going to come out about once you've reduced the intensity of all the spots in the movie right down to 0. So use the movie technique as a way of getting to a specific issue, a way of dealing with every aspect of an issue, and a way of gently dealing with it, because then it's just a movie. So I'll be back with some more advanced EFT techniques in the coming videos.